Mendal laws are two: law of segregation, law of independent assortment. Mendel studied one of the pea plant Pisum sativa. It belongs to the family Fabaceae. The total life cycle of this plant near about 90 days from seed to seed. It will be completed in 90 days, and it is one of the self-pollinated crop plant, and we can also cross very easily. And in this, when we want to get the pure lines, we can do the selfie and we will get the pure lines. So the pea plant, which is having the 7 phenotypes, each phenotype having 2 contrast characters like tall and dwarf. They are existed on this single locus, that is an allele. So there are 7 characters which are there: tall and dwarf, round seed and wrinkled seed, yellow cotyledons and the green cotyledons, position of the flower, axillary and the terminal, and the pod, constricted pod versus in the form of the soft pod, and the yellow pod versus green pods. And like this we have the 7 characters, even though the 7 characters which are not existed on 7 different chromosomes. Some of the 2 characters which are existed on the same chromosome. The pea plant chromosome number n equal to 7 to n equal to 14. So Mendel proposed in his first law of segregation. By doing the monohybrid cross, we took the tall and dwarf. The tall plant is pure tall and crossed with a dwarf plant. The outcoming F1 progeny in the form of the tall. When we cross the F1 plants or self the F1 plants, we will get the phenotypic ratio in the form of the 3:1, that is tall and dwarf, and genotypic ratio 1:2:1, that is pure tall and heterozygote tall and the dwarf. What Mendel want to say in his first law: by crossing the tall and dwarf plant, we are getting F1 hybrid, that is in the form of the tall, and the dwarf character which is hide. In the F2 generation, the character which was hide coming out without any change in the form of the dwarf, that is in the form of the phenotypic ratio in the form of the 3:1. Mendel's second law, law of independent assortment. Instead of taking one character, he took the 2 characters in the form of the yellow seeds with the round nature, crossed with the wrinkled seeds with the green cotyledons. In this round seeds with yellow cotyledons in the form of the pure form is crossed with a recessive, it is in the form of the wrinkled and green nature of the seed. By crossing these 2 plants, we can get the round seeds with the yellow cotyledons in the form of the F1 heterozygote. And this, when we self it, we will get in the form of the 9:3:3:1. That is what in the Mendel law of independent assortment. Or if we take the F1 plants in the form of the yellow cotyledons with the round seeds fully heterozygote is crossed with a recessive parent, we will get in the form of the 4 products in the form of the yellow cotyledons with round seeds in the form of 1, and yellow cotyledons with the wrinkled seed 1, and the round seeds with green cotyledons 1, and wrinkled seeds with green cotyledons in the form of the 1. For example, if you produce the 100 seeds, out of these 1 is to 1 is to 1 is to 1, all the Mendel's second law is not universal, because when you take the two characters and if you do the test cross, if all the four products are not coming in the equal ratio of 1 is to 1 is to 1 is to 1, well, we take the two characters of the, in case of the Drosophila melanogaster, in the form of the uh, vestigial wings and the normal wings, and in the form of the gray body versus black body. If you take the F1 heterozygote and test cross with a recessive parent in the form of the vestigial wings and in the form of the black body, and we will get the four products, but whatever the F1 parental types, we will get more and more parental types and the less crossover types. For example, if you get the normal wings with the gray body 40 and the vestigial wings with the black body 40, and the crossovers normal wings with the black body 10 and the vestigial wings with the gray body in the form of the 10. So we will take the ratio by the crossovers by the total progeny, that gives Mendel's second law is not universal, because the chromosome number is always less than the number of the genes. For example, a smallest plant, Arabidopsis thaliani, it is having 25,000 genes, but chromosome number n equal to 5. Because of that, law of independent assortment will not be possible when the gene number is more than the chromosome number. When you are selected two characters which are existed on the same chromosome, they will not be assort independently. For example, what we observed in case of the gray body versus black body and normal wings versus vestigial wings, we will get four products, but more and more parental type and less crossover types. That indicates the law of independent assortment is not universal. That is one of the linkage phenomena. It is discovered by the Bateson and Punnett in the Letharus adoratus, and that is perfectly defined by the linkage Thomas Hunt Morgan in case of the Drosophila melanogaster.